Now today I want to go for like a pinky purple theme. I blended out concealer out onto my lid. I'm going to set it with the e.l.f. powder foundation to smooth everything out. Rather than starting with a tan shade, let's go in with this plum one with the brush coated mainly on one side and a little bit on the tip of the other side. We're going to lay it right where our eye bends and then slowly move this brush back and forth in tiny little motions to build up that pigment before really sweeping it across the lid. I've done tutorials on this where I call it building before blending. That's exactly what we're doing right here. All I do is take the tip of the brush and then elongate my eye shape, and now this is where we're starting to push the color through the crease to soften it up. But we have that initial packing area, which is why that's so pigmented right there. Now with a skinnier brush, let's take that same shadow, run it through the lower lash line so that it kind of looks like a continuation of one color. Same brush, let's go in but stay in the same color family. So we're going to go a little darker, and with just a tiny bit of product on the brush, go directly over that crease. And now instead of doing big dashes like we did for that first purple color, we're going to go small to get the color just a little more focused and tight through here. The point of this step is to deepen up the crease and add some intensity, but you still want that first purple color to be able to peek out from the edges. So you don't want to completely take it out just as high as we did before. So keep it tight and focused. Back in with the fluffy brush, and where this dark purple meets that lighter purple that we first put down, take your fluffy brush and run it over the edge. What this will do is lightly marry those two colors together, but you won't lose your distinct areas. You'll still have a lighter purple and then that darker one that we just put down in the crease, but this just brings it together nicely. Now with an angled brush soaked in some micellar water, this liner brush, and use this to clean off some of the shadow that we have on the lid, because we're going to go in lighter right here. And just make a little half circle. Now grab an eyeshadow base or a light colored concealer and add just a touch right onto the lid, and then use a flat brush to tap it out into a half circle, because that's where we're going to put a lighter color, and we need a lighter backdrop to help that pop, and we also need the stickiness from the concealer to hold it in place. Now let's dip in with this colored called Toffee, and with the flat brush tap out over that light concealer. I'm also going to grab this natural color and then go directly over that, but I didn't want to go straight in with that because I think it would have been too stark. And fight the temptation to sweep the brush back and forth. Really just take your time to pat, because the patting motion pushes the shadow pigments into the concealer and locks them in place, and the sweeping motion kind of just moves everything around. So this is much more intentional. Okay, and then that pointy tapered brush that we used to put that darker purple in, back in with the first purple that we used and tap it over where this matte color meets the crease. I'm also going to grab a little bit and tap it through this inner corner. Same brush with that darker color, tap over it, because we want it to look like it just like blended into each other. Light tapping motions, kind of feel like Bob Ross. You see a gorgeous blend in here, you see lines. So just by adding tiny bits of shadow here and here to soften up the edges, you totally transform your look. Now you can add liner on a little lash. Okay, this is the eyes done. Hopefully this tutorial was helpful. Comment down below and let me know what you want to see next.